Alright, good evening. Back on the black box stuff, I'll tell you why. Right, it's about 12 midnight. I've had an absolute bloody mare since coming here at 10 o'clock. Right, I sent all these off, along with some MPU4 stuff as well, some real backboards, only a dry solder, to Maggie in Bolton. All I instructed them to do was to socket these three 4099s, because that board runs the Blackbox Sound, that's the sound, and these run some lamps. Not all the lamps, I think it runs these ones, because some of them boards were causing these lamps not to work. Were one side like that, they should work like that, which is nice. But some of them, the one side was working, the other side wasn't, or some of them they weren't working at all. So I sent them all off in one job lot. And I also sent a reel backboard. I don't know if you remember on, I think it was reward, the third reel was nudging up when you press the nudge down, or the other way around. So I've done that. But I've still yet to find which 4099s are faulty. Because all I said to him was, desolder them three and put the chips back in. I can't afford to lose chips, to be honest with you, although I've got, yeah, there's some 4099s. I've got a few strips of these. I bought these about, I don't know, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, and there was 25p a chip from RS. But it was the last of their stock. I bought about 4 or 5 of them. I think I bought over 100 chips. Anyway, it doesn't matter, But what I used to do was just desolder, like, say, all 3 of them, and then just bung them out, cut the legs or whatever, and use 3 new ones. But you can't, I don't think you can really do that now with rare chips, so I don't want to do that. So on all of these boards here, one of these 3 is faulty. Probably just the one, could be 2, but anyway, it could be all 3. But obviously you need a working machine to test. So I had this working earlier. I actually done the video I'm doing now earlier. And then I was playing it a little bit, like I will now, just to make sure it was okay. And then I get onto a game and the bloody thing froze. And it took me over an hour to get it back on. I'll tell you what was wrong with it. It was fucking really stupid. Start button was stuck. That was it. That was stuck. So the black box won't boot. Wouldn't boot. Well, I thought, here we go. Here we go, more acid. Yeah, it's only 2 nudges. Oh, so yeah, so I was playing it like this, make sure it was working. You need a machine that's working, of course you do. And then I got on to nudges there, and the machine froze. So I switched it off and back on, nothing happened. So I spent at least the last hour messing about with this. Kind of determined to get this one running, instead of using another machine. I've got plenty of machines, but I was like, I'm going to use this one. This is the one I want to use, because I know exactly how the lamps work. Anyway, I'll just show you in the back. I know some people are interested. So yeah, I use the black box that come out of this was that one. That was the one that was originally. There's obviously nothing wrong with that. And them 2, I don't remember, I was testing, I got them working the other day, said they wouldn't work either, and I was like, I was lost. I was like, what am I going to do? So I took the black box out of that machine there, because it's got the nav ram in it. That's why I done it, because I thought, it's a nav ram, but I don't think it is. Anyway, as you see, that board's in there. That one was socketed ages ago, so this machine is the one I'm going to use to test it. And also there's the real backboard there. That one has not been socketed, but this works okay, so that's fine. But like I say, I've still got to determine which 4099. So this will be, I mean, I've done this now. So what I'll do is I'll stick one of these in and we'll see where we go. Like I say, I know that a couple of them had sound issues, but I'm hoping that they've sorted that. But I know that the 14099 is faulty. So I can look at this at the moment in a track mode. All the lamps are working nicely. So I know they're all okay. Don't know why that stays on 2, but it doesn't matter. It obviously does. Nudges. Alright, okay. Match it. So yeah, you can see they're all working. and all them are working. Like I say, I know 100% these lamps around here are run off that auxiliary board. Right, I'll pause this and I'll put one of them auxiliary boards in, and we'll see what happens. Back in a minute. Right, so I've just put in the one board that was there because it was already open, so I'd already opened it to have a look. And it's going to be a funny one because this is the one with the sound issue, or one of the sound. So all them work okay. I've not changed anything yet, I've just put it in as is. See? So clearly there's a 4099 out. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the sound though, because listen. Weird, isn't it? It might improve. I don't know. That's obviously, you see, that number 6 is obviously stuck on. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you know. So this has got at least one faulty 4099 anyway. I mean, that sounds okay, doesn't it? I mean, that's fading a little bit there. So there you go, that's that board. So what I'm going to do now is take it out, change one of the 4099s, because I don't want to lose all 3 of them if I haven't got to, unless the 3 of them are faulty, but maybe only one of them is. What I should do is have a look at the wiring loom quickly and see which coloured wires, see where they go on the board, so I can try and pin it down without having to bloody mess about too much. But yeah, I'll go just see that again before I pause it. Because you can see they're all okay, aren't they, on the bottom glass, but that is obviously, and it was working fine before, so that's why I pointed it out, because I know it's the top lamps. So there you go. I'll pause this and I don't know whether these were working. No, see, they've not moved, have they? But with that sound, I don't know. It's obviously going to need further investigation, but if I can get the lamps correct, it's something. Yeah, they're not flashing at all, are they? So I'm wondering if that's got, if 2 or 3 of them 4099s are faulty. Anyway, back in a minute. Alright, part 2, board 1 say I've changed all 3 of the 4099s because it was still, but I reckon it's got a couple of dodgy diodes, but there you go, it's working. Lamp wise, I'm talking lamps. But I reckon it's got a dodgy diode, because it weren't doing that on the original one. But that could improve with running it for a bit, you know. That kind of thing. Not overly worried. But the sound is... So I'm going to mark this up as having a sound problem, but I don't think it's a sound chip. See, that shouldn't be on, obviously. And then that was flickering, and one of them was flickering, but I mean, I suppose, I've got a couple of spares of these now. I think that, so if you know, like an emergency board, if you like, but it's had all 3 4099s replaced. But clearly the last one I replaced was the reason I replaced it was because of that. I mean, it's not cured that, so see what I've done at the back is they're the two that are gone, and that's the third one I replaced, which I think that's a working one, so that one's okay, but them two are no good. So there you go. But the sounds weird. Yeah, listen to this when you turn it on. That's funny, isn't it? That is clearly. It could just be the volume part. I honestly don't know. There's a couple of components near the sound chip. A couple of little cans or something. It could be one of them. It's had a new sound chip on it, this one. Not by me. It was Alan's mate. Alan Tyndall, you'll be watching. Your mate. This is the board I had off you. I mean, it's okay, and it's not the worst. Again, you know, with running it might improve, but I'm going to mark this as having a sound fault. So, yeah. Yes, I'm going to mark this as having like potential sound fault. It might work out, you know, in certain machines it might sound okay. Sound brilliant, you know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it's clearly not right. That's what I'm saying. The sound isn't right. Like that, you say. I think that actually landed on the 6 nudges. Oh, I don't know. All right, okay. Yeah, so that's, I reckon there's a couple of leaky diodes on that board. Okay, it's not the end of the world, you know, it's an old machine, old boards, isn't they? But there you go. So that's board number 1 anyway. So this is part 2, that's board number 1 of the black box testing. Just let that go into a tract. See, that wasn't working before that. That wasn't working. I kind of know which of the 4099s do them now. So all the lamps must be done by that extender board, which seems weird. I don't know, because obviously these lamps definitely are, and these lamps definitely are. It only leaves these. There you go, that's nice. That's how it should be. Anyway, see you in a bit. Yeah, just a point to know, adding on, this is still board 1 as I'm calling it. Sometimes you just got to take your time. It's actually improved a little bit. Just before I took it out, I've left it running. Look, the £2's gone out now. That's gone out. You can clearly see that. So as it's warmed up, obviously, maybe it must have had a stock diode or thyristor or something like that. I don't know. It's just, these are all guesses. But yeah. So this is still board 1. So I'll add this to the other video because I'd actually stopped the video, obviously, to take this board out. And I've done a little video for my other mate to try and fathom out this sound issue, because he'll have more ideas than me, way more ideas. See, it's come out. So there you go. They can improve. But clearly the sound issue is not going to go away with time. It's quite funny, really, isn't it? It is quite funny. It's like quite funky, but if anything, the sound's probably got slightly worse as it's warmed up. But yeah, it's kind of sinking in it as we go along. But it's basically a working board, but So it could be one of the other components. There's a couple of little canned capacitors, a couple of other little things right by the sound chip. So that's what I was asking Magic for. Yeah, the bell feature. Yeah, well there you go. Just thought I'd show you that. So that's board one. So the lamp's gone out, but I reckon the sound has got worse. I do. I'd be tempted to run this board for a whole day down here one of the days, and yeah. But the lamps are working perfect, so it's all small stages, isn't it? This is small stages. This is what, when people ask me stuff all the time and want the help, you sometimes there's no rush. You've just got to. Yeah, there's never a lease. But there you go. So that's working back sound. Anyway, that's board one. That is the end of board one. The next time, the next bit of the video will be another one. See you in a bit.